Rise and shine, children of the sun. My name is Alkebulani Muhumi, and I welcome you all to Becoming Core Conscious. So, what Becoming Core Conscious is all about is that we are working towards coming back to the true essence of who we really are, so that we may discover our life's purposes and from that point live out our lives according to our true design. The message I have for you today is restoration. I recall when I used to be a churchgoer, every time the pastor would be talking about restoration, the church would just shout out in joy because, this is just one of those topics that we like. And yet, I feel as though it is not unpacked in its true form. Firstly, energetically, I feel like this is the season of restoration. If you are a child of the divine and if you have been doing the work, by the work I mean if you have been obedient to the Holy Spirit, or if you have been obedient to the call of your spirit, wherever it is that you have been led to go. Restoration is most times taught to us as us getting this big thing, getting this big blessing out of nowhere to land into our laps, and all we need to do is just pray and confess the word and wait in expectation. And although I am not dismissing all of that, okay? I am not casting it out. But I feel like what they don't teach us is that restoration doesn't necessarily come as this big blessing that is wrapped in a bowl and that is just ushered into your lap. Sometimes restoration comes in a small form. It comes in a small form, and most likely people will not recognize its worth because it doesn't come with a parade. And so it's like when they say opportunities come dressed in overalls. Sometimes restoration comes in a small form that requires you to put in the work, to put in more work, And for as long as we have our eye on this big thing, we will lose the small opportunity that comes that might actually turn into this big thing that has got the potential to turn into even more than you could have ever imagined. And I'm not saying that the massive out of nowhere blessings don't happen. They do sometimes, but not to all of us, right? So what is required of us is to actually have the eye for these small opportunities. Sometimes what is required is to have the eye to recognize the opportunities that are right under our noses. So Recognize where divine or God is taking you. Recognize the purpose that you were brought here for. And in the season of restoration, it simply means that God is actually plunging you into your life's purpose, because being in the season where you work, as in maybe you have got a job and you have to do whatever it takes to get by, the survival mode, that season is totally different from the restoration season. It is totally different from your harvest season. And so in your season of restoration, it is actually equivalent to your season where you live your life according to your purpose. That is the only place where you will actually overflow. That is the only place where you will receive so much that you don't have enough room to store it. And that way, you've got no other choice but to give to others. And so, we need to get out of our heads, and we need to start seeing the truth of the season that we're in. Recognize the season that you're in and do that which needs to be done. So this message isn't actually as long as I thought it would be, but I think I said everything that needed to be said. And if you resonate with this message, then do that which needs to be done. Rise and shine.